Hello, how are you today? Do you want to dive into a book that might just surprise you, whether it becomes your next favorite or one you might skip? Let's find out what readers are saying about it.
Virally, who has 120 likes, says, because they were getting married. Because I saw her first because she was his when she should be mine. OMG, y'all. It happened after a drought of disappointing reads that left me drier than the Sahara. I finally found a book that actually delivered. Ana Huang's King of Envy. Let's just say my expectations were exceeded by approximately 1,000,000%. We stan a queen who knows how to write yearning. This book crawled out of my heart. Y'all, my ovaries haven't stopped vibrating since I finished the last page. My bestie, Manas, and I went absolutely feral reading this. This is the kind of book that makes you question your life choices. Because you're suddenly realizing that this level of romantic tension and character development is actually real. We were starving, emotionally depleted, and this book fed us. Like, really fed us. And then gave us seconds. And then dessert. I'd survived decades without her. But now that I had her in my life, I couldn't imagine living in her absence. Vuk Markovich, the brooding, scarred anaconda dicked king of my heart. First of all, Vuk. Vuk. This man. Someone please sedate me because I am still recovering from the sheer force of his presence. He's the epitome of less is more. He's the quiet, brooding type, the type who can shut the fuck up and let his actions speak louder than words. And those actions hot. He's like the ultimate mysterious bad boy, but with a tormented soul and a level of obsession that's both terrifying and incredibly swoon-worthy. Manas and I were constantly comparing him to Azrael from Akatar Don't Come At Me. Because of that whole brooding, scarred, mysterious vibe. This man is pathetic in the best possible way. Completely, utterly, hopelessly obsessed with the FMC. He's rich, intimidating, morally gray, and ridiculously hot. Did I mention the anaconda-sized dick? Okay. I didn't actually see it, but the vibes were very much present. He's mastered the art of yearning. People. He's surpassed even Dante Russo. No shade. Dante, I still love you, but step back. TF. This is what yearning looks like, people. This is the peak of yearning. Give this man a throne. I am convinced he's royalty in disguise. Kada te kanano budam poljubio. Ne vi nosati niegav perston na rusi. Iana Kadane, the queen who doesn't need saving but deserves all the treats. Ayana. RFMC. Is everything I want to be and more. Seriously. I love her. She's not a doormat. She's strong, independent, and fiercely protective of the people she loves. I loved how she didn't just stand up for herself but also fiercely defended Vuka queen move. If I ever saw one. She deserves a hug, a kiss, and a never-ending supply of her favorite desserts. I would personally host a dessert party just for her. She was a wreck, but she was still so gorgeous she took my breath away. The tension between Vuk and Ayana was chef's kiss. Let's just say Manas and I were screaming internally and externally throughout the entire book. The sexual tension was palpable, like a thin sheet of paper about to burst into flames. And when it did burst, all I can say, Iceway went absolutely feral. Their chemistry is chef's kiss. It's explosive. It's consuming. It leaves you breathless. They are soulmates. They're destined to be together. In every universe. The balance between their personalities was just perfect. Their internal monologues were everything we ever wanted. And Vuk's obsession with Ayana every time we read his inner thoughts. We both simultaneously squealed and giggled. Take off your ring. This is the one. 4.25 stars. A million Adone recommendations. And my eternal gratitude to Ana Huang for creating something so utterly captivating. Go read it, now. And then come back and tell me how much you loved it. Because we need to talk about Vuk. Again. And again. And again. Pre-read review. The wait is over. OMGGG, can't believe I am finally meeting my Pookie Vuke buddy reading with my fav girl Manas. Ira, who has 98 likes, says, the 1-star streak is officially broken and I actually somewhat like this book, so let's celebrate this win. Party at my house. Be here 9 p.m. sharp. Hee anyways. All jokes aside, on a more serious note, I was conflicted about what to rate this book. I knew it wasn't a 1-star book, but it also wasn't a 5-star book like King of Pride, and I didn't think it was a 4-star book either. So, it was between 2 or 3 stars. I settled for 3 stars mostly because I liked it on a similar level as King of Wrath. There may be spoilers, there may be spoilers, there may be spoilers, there may be spoilers. Let me start by saying that I wasn't completely mindblown by this book like I thought I was going to be. However, at the same time, I also wasn't severely disappointed like my string of reads the past few days. That being said, I do have to say that personally, I found it a little hard to get into because I was kind of struggling to read the first 3 chapters. After that it was way better. But it took a lot of effort to make it past that point that it exhausted me, so I had to put the book down for a while in between the 3rd and 4th chapter. The convenient timing was a little too convenient at times, so I was like, duh. Of course, that's going to happen next, because I could see where it was going. I don't know if I am explaining this properly, but there's usually an easy way to go and a more complex way to go. In a lot of cases, the easy way was taken, so it made the storyline kind of predictable, like Vuke accompanying Ayana to California. Don't take my word about it being Cali, BC. I don't remember. The one bed scene, the wedding being pushed up, them conveniently meeting over and over, the wedding not happening, Jordan getting shot, the kidnapping, etc. I can't think of a place in the book where I was shocked or like, okay, how did that happen? IDK, if any of that makes sense. But it made a lot of sense in my head, and hopefully it translates. The repetition in scenes or events both from previous books in this series and from the Twisted series made it a little hard to not skim. I don't think that necessarily a bad thing. But when a contemporary romance book is like 500 pages, I would expect it to be different than what I've previously read. I don't know, guys. Maybe that's not a valid thing to wish for. But it could also be that I couldn't enjoy it to its full potential because I came from multiple 1-star reads. The angst was a miss for me as well. I expected this book to have a lot of angst, but I didn't get it. There was push and pull for sure. But for me, the angst didn't hit the way it could have and should have. Maybe I had higher expectations that I should have. Because instead of angst, I got a lot of detached moments. I still like them because those moments were very sweet. And basically domestic moments between them, which I live for. However, there was so much potential for the angst that should make me go feral for these two. But right now, I barely feel anything. The stuff with the Brotherhood, the hitmen was kind of crazy for a contemporary romance book. That made parts of this book seem like a mafia-style dark romance in between the contemporary romance. I did appreciate the appearances of Roman BC. That man is Hody. Fully believe that this book had serious potential to amaze me. However, it fell flat after a certain point because of the reasons above. Added on to that, for me, the last 20-30 was basically tortuous to get through with the kidnapping, the hero coming in to save the day vibe, and the betrayal not actually being betrayal scene. Emmanuel, among other stuff. Anyways, after all the complaining I did above, you might be thinking, why did she still give it 3 stars? Honestly, I am not completely sure. Maybe I did like it more than I wrote here. But I think 3 stars is a good rating for what I have right now because I felt like it was a simple read after I got to chapter 4. From there until the last 30 of the book was nice because it had those tender moments along with the hot moments. And there were some super hot moments. Like when he told her to take her ring off, that was hot, like super hot. Some of the spicy scenes were also like the elevator, and also there was a Kai and Isabella cameo which had me on my knees. I have the biggest temptation to reread their book again now. This adds an instant star. So this book did also have some giggle-worthy moments, and that was all due to Vuke. I will say that I haven't had the best luck with Anna's morally gray men since I didn't like most of them. So this was a huge surprise for me. Like, let me go down the list. BC, I can tell you I might have liked only one before Vuke. Alex Volkov. Just no. Don't even ask. Reese Larson IDK for sure if people consider him morally gray. But Christian Harper, I will gouge my eyes out. Dante Russo kind of decent. The best out of all thus far, and IDK if Dominic Davenport is even considered morally gray. But it doesn't matter because I thought he was downright annoying regardless. On the contrary, I loved all of Anna's softer male characters. Josh Chen amazing. Kai Young literal perfection. Xavier Castillo chef's kiss. So when I found out that Vuke was going to be a morally gray character, I had my doubts, but I liked him a lot more than I liked any of the other morally gray men in this universe. Dante was probably my favorite morally gray man before this book, but Vuke tops the list now. He was so freaking cute, and he was by far my favorite part of the book. I loved the Indian female representation. BC, we need more of it. Sebastian, on my knees for him. Please. He wears suspenders like Kai. Like, say no more. I already like him. Overall, I'll say that regardless of some of the problems that I had with this book, I liked it. Vuke definitely stole the whole book even without not talking majority of the time. Pre-read, I waited so that I could make this the first read of May and my 100th read of this year. Please break the 1-star streak. I have such high hopes. Jerica Lopez, who has 68 likes, says 4 became one of my faves in the series for sure. But King of Wrath is still my number 1. Vuke and Ayana, the yearning OMG had me unwell. The tension, the stolen looks, the quiet pining, it was everything. Vuke is that silent, broody man who feels so much. And Ayana matched him perfectly. I loved how she challenged him and pulled him out of his shell. My favorite part of Ana Huang's books will always be the cameos though. Seeing all the other characters show up just makes my heart so full. I am so attached to this entire universe. Dahlia Semi-Hiatus, who has 77 likes, says, careful. SRCE Mohe. Or you'll fucking kill me. 4.5 FRTCAHAHAHAHAHVUKKK My Man Envy by Chris Gray. 136318 Volume 100. This damn soundtrack just kept playing in my head since I read King of Envy and ISTG. I imagined every damn scene while listening to it. Anna, you served this time. Before reading this, bad boring books just kept hitting me. And I had some low expectations for this, but guess what? It ate. This book just left me gapping and looking around for a Vuke. Because guys, he is a man. This book had everything: the tension, the chemistry, the lust, the romantic cute scenes, and the funny ones who just made me giggle every fucking single time. Vuke Markovich. Ahisa G. Shaha 8 SMAS 8 Smash. This guy made me revisit all my decisions that I made in my whole damn life, because God, I need this man more than I need freaking oxygen. He is silent, mysterious, scarred, morally gray type of guy who doesn't waste his words on people because damn his body language screams for him. Hot 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 again and again. My man care about nobody but Ayana, is best friends fiance who he is down so bad for. Every time he sees her it's like boom boom. If you were my fiance, I wouldn't look at another woman. Entertainment or not, somewhere in my lungs, a bubble of oxygen collapsed. If you were my fiancé. The sentiment brushed over my skin. Soft yet rough. Man notices when there's a change in her body language. Gets worried if there's a strain in her voice. Always wants to solve shit for her. Keep her safe. Give her everything she wants. H's keeps attention to what she says while sleeping. Wears the perfume she gifts him. And his nickname for her. I melted. He also has much more depth, and I can admit that he dethroned Dante Russo a little whinny tinny bit. My man is pathetically in love and obsessed with her. To the point he can't breath when she isn't with him. What more to ask for? Heidi survived decades without her. But now that I had her in my life, I couldn't imagine living in her absence. Ayana Kadane, my queen. The hot supermodel. Hear me out, we all agree that she is a IDC, she just is she. If you don't cast her, if this is ever made as a show, you know who to cast as Ayana. That girl is just the perfect FMC. Smart, witty, intelligent, and a badass. I loved her so much. She is strong, independent, and cares about her people. I loved how she defended herself and didn't need help from anyone. And how she stood up for Vuk and defended him whenever someone kept eyeing him. The character development she had was just boom fucking boom. She finally stood up for herself and didn't let that brat Hank use her. She became strong and confident and owned her business. Queen served again and again. She is a queen, she deserves everything in life, and especially that happy ending. Ate it up, something unspooled in my Gouda slow. Insidious poison that crawled into my throat and made me choke. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't dispel it because of them. Because they were getting married. Because I saw her first. Because she was his when she should be mine. I can gladly say that the chemistry and tension between Vuk and Ayana was freaking amazing. It made me kick my legs so hard, LMAO. Every time they were in the same room you felt like everything stopped and HAGSGWGA. The sexual tension was so there. It was consuming and explosive to a point. That elevator scene was graw. It's true that this one was more action-focused with all the brotherhood mafia thingy, but yeah, I didn't really mind it. Kada te kanano budem poljubio. Ne vi nasati niegav perston na rusi. When I finally kiss you, you won't wear his ring on your finger anymore. By the way, can we take a second to appreciate Shadow the cat? H's lit saved the whole situation. Lol, those cameos, I just kept smiling like a dumb obsessed bitch. Seeing Dante was the highlight for me. I love that man. Him and Kai bickering at the bachelor party had me screaming. The laser game when they all reunited and played it, screaming, kicking. Dante opened his mouth, but Kai cut him off. Don't listen to Russo. He doesn't know how to let go of a grudge. He said, my advice is to listen. Be patient. And never, ever rearrange your wife's books without permission. Kai frowned. You would think alphabetical order by title makes sense. But apparently, it's not aesthetically pleasing. Pre-read ags gag, hahaha, I got ITISTG, I want to start it ASAP, but I need to finish the books I'm reading. Guys. The soundtrack. AHHSHWHSGAHWHAHAJWJWAM dying and Chris Gray even BETTERRR. We are so close to finally have this. These quote dropping are chef's kiss. Just gimme Vuk already. GAHSGHAGAHAHAHA. She just posted a cover reveal and oh my god, the green is JUSTTTSOOO. Rowan, who has 299 likes, says 45 stars. There's nothing like going into a book with that gut feeling, knowing it's going to be your next obsession and then actually being right. That's exactly what happened with King of Envy. Even before reading it, just from the edits, the aesthetic, and the energy these two characters gave off, I knew I was going to fall hard. And fall I did. What makes it even crazier is that I haven't read the previous 4 books in the Kings of Sin series. Yet but now they've all been bumped to the top of my TBR. If this one hit like that without any prior context, I can't even imagine how good the rest will be. I swear Ana wrote this book specifically for me. It checks every single box on my ideal romance list. I am not even being dramatic when I say I was in full-blown by panic for most of the story. I wanted both of them so badly it hurt. If there were a reader profile for this book, I'd be the poster child. Ever since I had amazing luck with Twisted Lies, which also had a green cover, I've started believing that Ana Huang's green books are my lucky charm. So when I saw the green cover on King of Envy, I was like, this one's going to hit. And it did. The streak is alive and well. Ana's success. Before I even dive into the story itself, I need to pause and talk about Ana Huang, something I never do. I usually keep my reviews focused on the book, not the author, but I just have to say how incredibly proud I am of her and everything she's accomplished. The level of success she's reaching right now is unreal and honestly so deserved. Hitting 1 million followers on both Instagram and TikTok, selling nearly 20 million copies of her books, securing a Netflix adaptation, teaming up with a major artist to drop a theme song for her newest release, being featured in the media almost very often. That's not just success, it's a literary takeover. I'm genuinely so happy seeing her drowning in this much success. It's glamorous, it's massive, and it's earned. Have I personally loved every single book she's written? Not necessarily. But do I adore Ana Huang as a creative, hard-working, down-to-earth woman? Absolutely. She comes across as one of the sweetest, kindest authors out there. People love to nitpick and say her stories are formulaic, but let's let her thrive in the genre she knows best. She understands her audience and delivers exactly what we want. Let her cook. The new audio's another thing I need to scream about: the audiobook narration. Ever since King of Wrath, Ana has switched her audiobooks to duet narration style, and that decision changed the game. I first noticed this shift when Rena Kent did it since God of Ruin, and I've been obsessed ever since. Hearing both characters' voices in real time, not alternating chapters, but actually acting together, adds so much intimacy and tension to the experience. The King of Envy audiobook is easily one of the best I've listened to. The performance brought the chemistry, the angst, the smolder, everything. I already know that going back to read the earlier Kings of Sin books in audio will be an absolute treat. She ate so hard with these narrators, OMG. The story: Vuk Karkovich, CEO of Markovich Holdings, the formidable chairman of the Valhalla Club's management committee, and a man with a morally gray, hitman-tinged past, has been obsessed for years with the same woman. Ana Huang, model of the year, fierce, stunning, untouchable, but she's engaged to his best friend. I am obsessed, truly, emotionally destroyed by this trope, the she's with someone else, and he can't have her dynamic. I will always eat that up like a starved woman. It gets me every time. And King of Envy, it delivered. Hard. The intensity, the restraint, the sheer ache of wanting something forbidden. It was giving Christian Hollister. And I was here for every second of it. Y'all know the Made Men series are my heart and soul. The writing, when it comes to Ana's writing. I've read Twisted series, and now King of Envy, and I can say without a doubt there's been a huge glow up in her craft. The writing in this book felt smoother, more emotionally grounded, and just deeper. It pulled me in right from the start. What really stood out was how she dialed back the over-the-top, sometimes cringy metaphors that showed up in the Twisted series. Everything in King of Envy felt cleaner, sharper, more immersive. I love when popular authors don't plateau once they gain traction, but actually keep evolving and pushing themselves. That's unfortunately rare nowadays. Lol. Ana Huang, I will take off my heels, and I will stab you with them. I know a baddie when I see her. If you ask me before this who my favorite Anna heroine was, I'd probably say Bridget or Stella. But after reading King of Envy, Ayana just took the crown. She was everything I didn't know I even needed. She's strong, ambitious, beautifully complex. Her character wasn't just fierce on the outside, she had depth. Her fears, desires, internal conflicts, all felt so raw and real. It was written in such an incredible way that I just have to stand up and applause for the author for doing her like that. What really made me love her was her integrity. Despite her undeniable connection with Vuk, Ayana never ruined the agreement she had with Jordan publicly. I was so glad the drama got dealt with privately because I was scared, ha ha ha. The restraint, the tension, the emotional intelligence. I was in awe. And I want a French kiss whoever made that Anakia fan casting Vuk Markovich. Because they were getting married, because I saw her first, because she was his when she should be mine. He didn't just wear the crown of King of Envy, he embodied it. Because his envy was off the charts. It was so hot watching him silently unravel and burn from the sidelines. Our scary cock blocked by a cat mmclmao. Physical appearance, Vux giving a more rough-edged, battle-scarred, alpha Villanova personality-wise he's a moody cocktail of Tristan Kane, Christian Hollister, and a dash of mystery all his own. And if you know me, you know I am a sucker for the silent kings. The hottest thing a man can do in my opinion is shut up and stay silent, and Vuk embraced that a little too close to the sun. Everything about him drew me in, his intimidating calm, the sharpness of his mind, the control, the determination, the way his ice melted only for her. The softness buried beneath that cold steel exterior was perfection. His calculated, determinate, goal-oriented tendencies, everything about him was so just fucking attractive. He was written exactly for me. Vuk was the perfect contradiction, terrifying to everyone else, but tender to the one woman he couldn't have. That trope is injected in my veins. And let's not forget the cat LMAOO. He literally rescued and adopted a cat because it reminded him of Ayana's cat Mug. Then he tried to act like he didn't care about the cat while simultaneously taking it to a luxury feline spa. Shadow is living a better life than most people, LMAO. And I am not okay. The repressed crazy cat lady in me was melting. That fucking ring. I instantly screamed Nico Russo vibes. Anyone who knows me knows Nico is my all-time favorite MMC. And Vuk hating that ring with the same petty venom that had me grinning ear to ear. Petty kings stay winning. Kada te kanano budam poljubio. Nisas vice nasati niegav perston na rusi. Translation: when I finally kiss you, you won't be wearing his ring on your hand anymore. Vuk's jealousy was delicious. Every time he had to watch Ayana and Jordan together, it felt like he was combusting and I was thriving. The tension was unreal. The heat in those moments was a Michelin star meal, and I was feasting. I will never stop swooning over billionaire MMCs who throw money around like confetti and make zero apologies for it. The way Vuk casually offered 120 million to make the wedding disappear. This bitch right here literally blacked out. That moment lives rent-free in my mind. Let men be billionaires and act like billionaires. Please, spending money on your girl make you live longer. Who said that? Mehehe. The romance angst. Anna gave us one of the most exquisitely slow-burning, tension-laced relationships I've read in a while. Every moment between Vuk and Ayana was deliberate and beautifully timed, letting their connection simmer until it was unbearable in the best way. It wasn't just about physical attraction or tension, it was about emotional intimacy. The way Ayana slowly began to trust Vuk, to let her guard down and feel safe in his presence. And Vuk, the man who kept the world at arm's length, felt safe enough to tell her everything, his past, his secrets, his truths, and she didn't run. She stayed. That hit so hard. The pining, the yearning, The way his envy bled through every word and glance perfection. I felt his agony. I felt how much it destroyed him to see her with someone else. How he wished every second he could be the one beside her instead. The angst was so raw and so real that I had to physically put the book down just to squeal into my pillow. These 2 lines destroyed me. He envied me my freedom when I would trade it all for one person in his life. I would give it all up for one thing, one person in exchange. That level of aching vulnerability was felt in my chest. Ana used envy not just as a theme, but as the emotional backbone of the story. Was genius. This wasn't just Vuk's sin, it was his curse, his desire, and his heartbreak. I am telling you right now, no criticisms allowed. The romance delivered everything I wanted and more. I also love how Queen Ana really rubbed it on everyone's face who said these 2 are gonna be copy-paste of Christian and Stella. But they were nothing like them. We stay winning. Why not full 5 stars? I loved almost everything about this book. Start to finish. It hit, but there is one thing that consistently trips me up with Ana's books that I have to address. She loves to throw in these mind-blowing plot twists. And most of the time they feel a little over the top. Especially in a billionaire romance. The final plot, in particular, and how Ana got kidnapped stretched so far that it veered a little too close to dark romance territory for me. The action itself was gripping. If you take it as a standalone piece of view, it didn't quite line up with the grounded tone the rest of the story had. Vuk is undoubtedly the most morally gray character Ana's ever written. And while that makes him fascinating, the plot didn't always mesh with the rich, believable world she'd already built for him and Ana. I am not complaining because I love the dark stuff, but it felt like the story could have benefited from staying in its lane, billionaire and model vibes, not veering into a pure dark romance territory. Which brings me to my wish. Can Ana just please write us a dark romance series? I am a little delusional about this, but I've been thinking about Roman Davenport non-stop. We got so little of him, yet so much intrigue, and after the way he vanished from the story plus his brother asking about him in the epilogue, I am convinced she's setting us up for more. The man deserves his own book. I'll riot if she doesn't give us more of him soon. He's practically begging for his own dark romance and we all know it. Now for my final, slightly delusional wish. I can't be the only one who wants Kilian Kutrakis to get his own story next. After getting just a glimpse of him in this book, I found he's a wealthy, older billionaire who's extremely against marriage and the CEO of Kutrakis Group Corporation. Tell me this doesn't scream the hottest age gap romance potential. If Ana doesn't deliver us that, I will literally cry. The amount of tension and interest he sparked in me with the tiniest glimpse is enough for me to beg for an entire book about him. King of lust gotta be for him. Kings of sin reviews. King of wrath, king of pride, king of greed, king of sloth, king of envy, king of gluttony, king of lust. Twisted series reviews. Twisted love, twisted games, twisted hate, twisted lies.